You have been living your best life these past couple weeks. Music festival in Toronto with Drake, Boogie Cousins' bachelor party in the Bahamas. You and I are sitting here right now in Las Vegas. It's been an okay summer, and then that whole contract thing, too.
Draymond was rumored to be released from Dub Nation, but instead he is backing up the Brinkstruck getting paid.
The Warriors keeping the core together.
Draymond Green and the Warriors have agreed to a $100 million extension.
Was there a point where you maybe got up to the hotel room or you had a second alone that you just said, damn, $100 million?
There's been several points where I've sat back and said, wow, I signed for $100 million. Like, that's not your normal thing for a kid from Saginaw, Michigan. Like, I'm still at a loss for words about it.
You were never the most highly recruited guy going into college, out of college, 35th pick in the draft. And then even once you were successful, there were a lot of people who did not like the way you went about your business. You had arguments with your coaches, teammates, suspension in the NBA Finals. What does this contract say validating the way you have gone about your life and your career?
This contract tells you that all the garbage that you tried to say about me arguing with Kevin or about the thing with Steve Kerr, about the suspension, it just tells you that there was a method to that madness. And while so many people tried to write it differently, it's proof in the pudding now that you were wrong. And I enjoy that just a tad.
Oh, just a little bit?
A lot. I am the guy who you said could never play in this league. You were wrong. I am the guy who you wanted to make out to be a dummy. You couldn't have been much further away from the truth.
There was a lot of feeling in front offices around the league that, hey, of the core guys, Draymond's the one that they should move on from. What did you hear from the Warriors about their reasoning, why they didn't want to do that and they thought keeping you was so important?
I've only, had the utmost support from the organization. And so that's all I've ever really went with. I heard a noise. I've heard that over and over again. But, on the flip side of that, I also had a great organization telling me the complete opposite. I could have been a fool to believe it, but it don't seem like I was such a fool after all.
And on your side, too, there were people who have been saying over the past couple weeks, why would he sign this extension now? Next summer is not going to be like this past summer. You would have been the most high-profile free agent available on the market. So why lock yourself up now on your side of things?
Well, I think a few reasons. People always talk about testing the market. But if you're testing something, there's a possibility that you come up short. Okay, that's one side of it. The flip side of it is, I got two guys that I've been rolling with since the time I stepped into this league, in Steph and Klay. We started this whole Golden State thing when it wasn't so sexy. Why would I get to this point of where we done built this entire organization up and bail on it? Like, you don't bail on your baby. The Golden State Warriors, that's our baby.
The Golden State Warriors are going to look very different from here on out, though. The biggest departure is, of course, Kevin Durant. Have you talked to Kevin this summer?
Absolutely. I actually talked to K yesterday. That's my brother. If someone would have told me, man, Kevin Durant's going to come to the Warriors, and you guys are going to win 2 championships and then have a shot at winning a third, would you take that? In a heartbeat. And so that was a major success, and I'm happy for him.
How did he tell you that he was picking Brooklyn?
I found out that he was picking Brooklyn when everybody else found out, which is exactly how it should be. He don't owe it to me to tell me before he tell everybody else. Like, we did what we had to do. The thing that people forget about in this league is, like, this is our lives. I'm not about to go to Kevin Durant and say, hey, Kevin, can I get my fiance pregnant?
Right.
Like, that's my life.
Thank you for that visual, by the way.
I'm sorry, but it's my life. Like, am I supposed to come to you and A, let you know that that's what I want to do, or B, ask you for permission? No. And so I found out when everybody else found out, which is exactly how it should be.
We remember what you said at the end of the NBA Finals.
Everybody thinks it's kind of end of us. That's just not smart. We're not done yet.
Do you still feel that way?
I've heard people say we're not going to make the playoffs. That's crazy to me. I mean, that's just like, that's total disrespect, but no different than the disrespect we've all been getting for years.
what kind of Draymond Green are we going to see this season? Because last season, there were points where you got injured. That tumbled into you being out of shape. You had 5-year lows in a lot of major categories, shooting problems. Then in the playoffs, we saw a totally different Draymond Green. Diet, you were a monster on the court on both ends. Are you going to be able to keep that up through all of next season?
Absolutely. Last year taught me a lot. Diet, taking care of my body, all the things that I'm 29 now that I need to know. And I was able to get that through the course of last year and still able to rise up throughout the playoffs and do what I've normally done. I look forward to doing that for the entire season again and again and again. And so what Draymond Green will you see? A different one, because the circumstances are different, but the method behind the madness always remains the same.
So we're sitting here in Las Vegas. The odds makers have not given you guys good odds to win the title compared to some of the other teams. And it reminds me a little bit of the beginning of this conversation. You were not given very good odds to be sitting here doing this interview talking about your $100 million contract. What do you make of odds as you go forward here?
I like it. Being the underdog, it's been a while since we've been an underdog. But it brings that underdog chip back. And I miss that chip. I'm pretty sure Steph missed that chip. And some of the stuff Klay been texting me this summer, I'm positive he misses the chip. So I like where we're at. I'm excited about it and looking forward to it. So to the odds maker, thanks. You got me where I am today. I look forward to where they take me again.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.